I'm going to throw together this video here, hopefully pretty quick. Call it a tale of three counties. Ongoing discussion about why I think COVID, not convinced that COVID may be a thing, but involved in discussion with another gentleman, and we were looking at Allegheny County, Pennsylvania data because that is close to his home turf. And just looking at this quick fact census sheet here, just to point out some things. Allegheny County, 1.2 million people. Another interesting statistic here was I like to look at things like poverty rate. And let's see, where's that? Poverty rate, 11.7%. I just point that out because it's a pretty established fact. Wherever there's more poverty, there is more premature death. Seems to be higher where there is more poverty. Geography, it's let's see, land area. Square miles, 730. Population per square mile, 1,675. And we're going to look at two other counties in my home state of Tennessee. Shelby County, this is our largest county, but still not as big as Allegheny County. It has 937,000 folks, but it has a much higher poverty rate. It's a 21.7% poverty rate, twice that of Allegheny County. Now, as far as land mass, it is about the same physical size, but because of the lower population, has a lower population density of about 1,200 people. And I'm also going to pull up Davidson County, which this is closer to where I live, second largest county in Tennessee, I believe. Only a mere about 700,000 people there. So, what's that about? Good 500,000 people fewer than Allegheny County, Pennsylvania. The poverty rate is 15%. So, so Allegheny County doing much better in terms of poverty rates than Davidson County, Tennessee, and especially even way better than Shelby County, Tennessee. So the population density of Davidson County is pretty similar to Shelby County because it has a smaller land mass. So there's some things we're thinking about in terms of communicable disease. So Allegheny County has a pretty decent dashboard, and just wanted to point out some things here, right? So Allegheny County, 1.2 million people, 6,435 cases. 208 deaths. Percent of all cases in death is 3%. And there's confirmed deaths and probable deaths, but most of them are confirmed deaths. That's okay. 93,962 individuals tested out of 1.2 million. These aren't the best graphs, but working with what we got here, just sort of this, average line. You notice death kind of had a ramp up rate, and it's still on an upward trend, but not nearly as steep. Now, the guy I was making this discussion with adequately and rightly pointed out that if COVID is a thing, and it is what the experts say it is, then, what the heck? Yeah, okay, so that death rate should spike, because we see all these spikes in cases, right? This nice logarithmic progression here, this increase in ramp rate. We're not there yet. We got maybe some more time to develop, right? That's starting end of June. So even if you give it 4 weeks, we'd still have to maybe start to see, according to what we're told, another 2 weeks or so, or toward the end of July before you would see a spike in death. But what I would like to talk about is compare this to Shelby County, right? Good 300,000 fewer people here, pretty much, or something like that. Maybe 2,500. I didn't calculate the exact number, but 900,000 plus people, right? Yeah, so good 300,000 people more in Allegheny County. So here, right, they have, of the total confirmed cases, 16,767. So in a smaller county with less people, they have 10,000 more about 10,000 more cases, right? So county with a smaller population but has 10,000 more cases and only, was that about 36 more deaths? Yeah, so 36 more deaths with 10,000 more cases. Now, remember this ramp up in death rate that they had here, initial cases, ramp up in death. Okay, I could buy that, but when we look at Shelby County, right, cumulative dead as the town. This is a sort of a running total as the days go by. Now, from my perspective, that looks like a very linear progression over time. So Shelby County, for whatever reason, has a very linear progression of death and a very logarithmic progression of cases. I don't know. I'm not saying speculating as to why, because I don't really know why, but it's just different. I'm just pointing it out. And so now we go to so let's see. I think their death rate for Shelby County is, I think it's 1.5%. Let me calculate it real quick because I can't find it offhand. So see, 244 divided by 16,767 equals, wait, crap, messed that up. Try again. 244 divided by 16,767 equals. Okay, yeah. There we go. Throw 100 in there. 1.45%. So we'll just round it up and call it 1.5%. So in Shelby County, let's say this. If you're COVID positive in Shelby County versus being in Allegheny County, if you're COVID positive, you're twice as likely to die. Like they have a 3% rate. Shelby County has a 1.5% rate. Now let's go over to Davidson County. This is closer to where I live. You see this? We have even more. I don't like their dashboard, by the way. The Allegheny and Shelby County have way better dashboards. This is about the best I could find for Davidson County. But it does say we have this many confirmed cases, so more than Shelby County. And remember, this county has only 694,000 people. Good 200,000 less than Shelby County, and so what is that, about a good 500,000 less than Allegheny County? But we have this many cases here in Davidson County, and we only have 159 deaths. That makes for a case fatality rate of less than 1%, so 0.9%, close to 1%. So in Allegheny County, you are 3 times more likely to die if you have a COVID positive diagnosis. And here it didn't give a good deaths accumulating over time. This is like death rate over time. So sorry I don't have that. But anyway, I had found it, and people talk about hospitals overwhelmed. Couldn't re-find the page again digging through Nashville's government, but Nashville currently has, they are at their goal, or sorry, not Nashville, but Davidson County is at their goals for, or below, sort of, they have plenty of hospital capacity for the time being. They're not being overwhelmed at all right now. I wish I had that pulled to show you, but I didn't want to take forever to try to dig and find it. Yeah, so I just want to point that out. Tale of 3 counties, and this one's the closest to where I live. So this is why, like, in these disparities you see, much larger. And if I lived in Allegheny County, my question would be, man, what are they doing to end up with so many more dead people as per cases? With this 3% death rate out of the total confirmed cases. When you go to places like Shelby County, Tennessee, and the death rate's half, and this is like very poor. I mean, you ask anybody who's familiar with Tennessee, Shelby County is our most populous county, but man, it is a very impoverished place. Um, and their death rate is like their accumulated deaths are just, I mean, very linear. And like I said, I don't know how to explain it, but I, well, I have my questions about the way that people get treated, um, and I don't know, the care protocols that they do in different areas. So, but anyway, just throw this together for your considerations.